Awesome, man. Well, we're ready when you are. Nathan, you want to start it off?
All right, guys, welcome back to My Grandma's Attic. We got today's guest, Keoni Diggs, Bellator lightweight for this fight. Super excited for this upcoming Bellator card. We also got Rafion Stotts fighting for the interim bantamweight title on as he's our next guest. So super excited for that as well. So Jack, you want to start it off?
Yeah, first things first, man. I just want to say, Keoni, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And the first question I had for you, man, is you're a native of Hawaii. You were born and raised there. Is this the first time that, since you've left the Hawaii regional scene, like making it to the big leagues, Bellator, is this the first time that you've returned and are fighting in Hawaii?
No, so I got signed in 2019, the last time they were actually here, and that kind of started my career at Bellator.
What's kind of that experience been like? You've had a couple fights outside of Hawaii, but Derek Lewis, for example, every time he fights in Texas, man, that guy can't catch a break. Some fighters like the hometown advantage. Some people hate it. What's your thoughts on it?
I like it because I don't need to travel. Everything's very familiar. Everything goes real easy, like the weight cut and just everything. I don't got to pack up and leave and forget stuff. And you know how it is when you pack up and you always forget something.
Yeah,
always go.
Yeah, man. Speaking about the weight, you've kind of jumped around weights at Bellator. You missed weight at 155, then made weight at 145. This one's back at 55. So what was the decision like jumping back up to 55s for this fight after a successful weight cut at 45?
Let's clarify that. The only reason I missed it is because the commission stopped me cutting weight because the window was closing. But it was my fault. I was late, so they didn't give me an option. It was 156.2 or something like
Yeah,
that.
just over.
Yeah, so it was, I don't know, it was something like that. But it cost me money, and it wasn't a good experience, but it wasn't. But I never missed 55 ever, so it wasn't that I couldn't make the weight. It just they stopped me from making the weight.
So what's the decision process like? Just hopping back between weights, and what weight do you feel more comfortable at?
It's a lot easier at 55. It just the meaning, because we only locked down a contract for this fight about like 4 or 5 weeks out. So it's short notice, and then also to make sure I was getting on the card, and then there was just a lot of factors going into. I just wanted to keep my options open because we have a couple other 45ers on the card as well. So I know they needed fights, and I can jump back and forth. I don't really feel any difference. Just like I said, eat a little bit more at 55, and the weight cut's a little bit harder. Excuse me, at 45. So.
Sure.
Yeah, speaking of the 145-pound division, man, I don't know if I don't know if you're a big fight fan yourself, but AJ McKee versus Patricio Pitbull, which was supposed to be the biggest event in Bellator history, bit of a controversial decision, but I mean, what are your thoughts on the two of those guys in the 45-pound division as a whole?
Oh, they're both fantastic. Hopefully, I can match up with both of them in the future. That was a fight. I kind of thought it was a little lackluster on AJ's. Thought he could have done a little bit better. So this was looking for one big shot here and there, like trying to duplicate the first fight. Didn't really make the adjustments. But with that being said, I did feel I had the fight 3-2 to AJ. I didn't really agree with the decision that So but with that being said, yeah, I thought he won the fight. But hey, look, yeah, you win some, you lose. The judges weird, you could think whatever you want, but the only people's opinions that matter is those three people sitting cage side. So
yeah, there's been a ton of controversial decisions in just the past couple of weeks. The Chimaev Burns fight, people had some opinions on, and then the Petr Yan Aljamain Sterling fight. So what are your thoughts on open scoring in MMA, and would you like to see that?
Open scoring meaning?
Just like the judges after each round, the scores are shown to the fighters and everyone after each round, so you kind of know where you stand in the fight.
Not necessarily. I mean, I would kind of more go so with the criteria that needs to be fit with the actual judges. You know what I mean? Okay. If you're a construction worker or you're an attorney, or what the hell you know about fighting? Yeah. I don't know. What's your job? think you should have qualified people that, you know what I mean, actually have martial art experience. I'm not saying they have to be fighters. I'm just saying that there needs to be a certain criteria that people are knowledgeable about our sport, because it's costing people a lot of money.
Yeah, just based kind of same bouncing off that. There's this app called Verdict MMA, and what they're doing, they've actually partnered with Invicta, the women's fighting league, and what they have is like the fans after each round score the fight. What would your thoughts on something like that being implemented in a bigger organization like Bellator or the UFC?
I'm so sorry. Repeat that one more time.
Basically, there's this app called Verdict MMA, and what they're doing. Yeah, so they've actually recently partnered up with Invicta, which is the premier women's MMA organization, and for their next event, actually, the fans are like filling in for the judges, and they're actually going to be scoring the fights. What are your thoughts on that? No, I agree.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think it's risky.
Do you honestly hear the people, what they say in the stands? You know, if I listened to the people's advice in the stands, I probably would have been 1-9, not 9-1. They're kind of, you know, whoa, yeah, that's kind of extreme. That's another little extreme, but who knows? I don't know. Yeah, I definitely don't like it.
I just feel like personally, like if Conor McGregor was ever in a fight, even if he's losing, like I'm still gonna cast my vote his way. So in a big fight like that,
that's hilarious.
Too much involved in that.
That's hilarious. I'm still gonna.
Back to the open scoring question. Your last fight, close decision. I had you up 2-1, but super close decision. And I know, right? Judges. But back to the open scoring, if you saw the judges' scorecard after 2 rounds and you were either down 2 rounds, because you were down 2 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards. So when you had your opponent rocked, would there be any extra incentive on trying to finish that fight if you knew 100% you were down 2 rounds at the time or was tied 1-1?
No, I tried to finish him the whole time, honestly. Moved his feet well and got away from me. And my feet were a little stuck in the mud, to be honest. So, with that being said, I knew I was down the first round. Caught me with a good shot. Got a little wobbled in the first, 30 seconds of the fight, you know what I mean? So that's all I was telling my corner. Shit, I got to win 2 and 3. I got to win these or next rounds. So I knew I was down. But being real with yourself, shit, who can see better than me? I'm in there doing it.
Yeah.
You know, but honestly, I wasn't too sure, because you do get a different perspective when like Kate side or whatever it may be. So, but when I watched, I was uncertain right in the ambulance, feeling, you know, just bummed. I was bummed. And then watched back the fights, and then you know, but it was close. It wasn't like it was a fucking landslide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand. But I did think I thought I won 2 and 3 for sure. That's what I thought. But you know what they say. So
yeah, man. Speaking about that fight, that was actually the first time I saw you fight live, and I went back and rewatched it a couple nights ago, and like Nathan, wow. I also had you win in that fight. But you know, going in that fight, you were 9-0, coming out 9-1. A lot of fighters when they lose that like a lot changes in them. You know, they can either like let it affect them, and like for example, I know he wasn't undefeated, but a guy like Darren Till, man, he goes on 1 fight losing streak, 2 fight losing streak, just can't seem to bounce back. But like, what has your thought process been like losing that Like, how much was that undefeated meaning to you, and like, has it affected your preparation for this fight at all?
No, I always work extremely hard, because I don't believe in my talent is enough alone to win. You know what I mean? So I work extremely hard. And yeah, I just went blank. Sorry.
Oh, good. So nothing's changed whatsoever. Like, you didn't let it affect like because like in box, like I know it's a bit different, but in boxing, like
so many different like answers for it. There were like 3 answers going off in my head. Ask me that one question. Holy fuck. Shit. I always say like when I'm like whatever the case may be, whatever, I'm 0-0. I'm 0-0. That's always my saying going into everything. But with that being said, the third part, that's why I said I had so much going on. it did light a different fire. I don't like losing. I'm highly competitive in anything. We play tic-tac-toe and you beat me a couple times, I rip up the fuck. I get irritated. I don't like losing. That definitely did rub me the wrong way. It definitely, yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I definitely don't want to leave it into the judge's hands on Saturday.
Perfect.
No,
Perfect.
everything I can to not let that happen anymore, to, try to avoid all those issues that we had last fight. Never duplicate it. It definitely got me a little more hungry, I guess. But as far as me working hard, I'm always on it. I'm always doing that. There's a reason why I never lost a fight. And in my mind, I didn't lose that fight. So I lost on the judge's scorecard, but they can't control what I think. I thought I won it. So it is what it is. We can agree to disagree on that too, But the only people that mattered is theirs. So, everybody's got an opinion, sit like that. They're like assholes.
Yeah, man. In your Bellator debut is just a complete dominance on the ground, just ground and pound right into that RNC finish. And then in your last fight, much more stand-up approach. Is there any insight you can give on the approach for this one, or is that top secret?
No, I just whatever. So like I ground and pounded Scotty Howell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was all on the ground, but Derek Campos was like, it was just whatever you give me. I mean, he got taken down because he tried to take me down.
Yeah.
I mean, just whatever he kind of give me. So I'm letting the fight happen where it happens. But I feel like, feeling better everywhere.
Yeah. So in your last fight, the guy that you lost to is now the 6th ranked guy in the division. I mean, that has to give you some motivation, like you thought you beat him. We both thought you beat him. Majority of the fans, I believe, thought you won that fight. And now this guy's ranked 6th. So you currently don't have a number next to your name, but with a win coming up this weekend, what would you like to see next? Would it be a number, another ranked opponent? What are you looking for?
Honestly, boss, I'm not even looking that far. I'm in it to win it. Whoever they want me to fight after, I'm just looking at Saturday and totally locked in and focused on Saturday. I got some short-term memory right now and short-term focus. Everything is just geared to Saturday afternoon, take care of business there, and then we can reevaluate all our options.
All right, so you're on, you're 9-1, obviously, super promising talent, but hate to be that guy, but you are a little bit on the older side for MMA, at 30, 35.
I'm looking at
yeah, you're an old man. You should be in a senior's home, really.
again.
But is there any extra rush to try to get to the top of the division because you are in your prime, or trying to peak at the prime and not get too old before your time at the title is up?
I mean, yeah and no. I mean, Glover just won a belt at 42.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I'm far away from there. I always got to put everything in context. I started off late in my life in this sport. I didn't turn pro till 28, so I don't really got a lot of on my body. Physical attributes may slow down a lot, but as of right now, I feel good enough. I'll definitely, when I get to that road, and I do understand, get to that path, crossing or whatever, I will have to, evaluate all of our things at that time. But as of right now, I'm not even thinking about it. We're just having a good time and just trying to just win. So, it's just like focus on all those things, especially, just try not to focus on those kind of things. Just do the best I can do. I can't control time, but I can control all the variables around it. So that's all I try to do.
So you said earlier, man, you like fighting in Hawaii because, you don't have to travel. Like all these guys worrying about weight cutting and traveling at the same time. All you got to worry about is making weight. Was there any time during this fight camp where you returned to Arizona and was working back with the guys over at the MMA lab?
No, I did everything out here. I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed here the whole time.
You planning on returning to Arizona anytime soon?
Probably after the fight, I gotta go out there and take care of some stuff and probably train as long as I'm healthy. As long as the body's healthy after the fight, I'll go out there and hang out with the boys for a little while. But yeah, talk to everybody all the time. So, but just not for this camp. I just did it at Tech next to Rylan and Ivan.
All right, I gotta ask. Last time I've seen you at the MMA lab, you were working with Benson Henderson, one of my favorite fighters of all time. What was that like working with Benson?
Oh, just super blessed to be around guys like that. World champs, some of the best to ever do it, And yeah, just awesome experience. A good friend of mine. Learned a lot from him. For sure.
Legend in the sport, 100%.
100%, for sure. Benson's a fucking stud.
All right, the last question for me. We need an official fight prediction for your upcoming fight. How does this play out in your mind?
My hand being raised.
No specifics? No spinning back kick KO?
Have you seen it, hey, bro?
Dude, I think you got it in you.
The guy calls me old and then asks me, am I the spinning KO fucking what?
Dude, I think you got it in you. First round, like Jorge Masvidal style, just first round spinning back kick right to the forehead. Dude, I think it's in the arsenal. I think you got it in the toolbox, man.
Oh, shit. I'd be surprised if that happened, for sure. I won't be surprised if my hand's raised, but I'll be damn sure surprised if that happens.
All right, well, I also got one final question for you, man. I mean, I'm 17, so I personally don't sports gamble, unless I do.
That's a lie.
But don't tell anyone that. You just want to send a say what?
Tell them what?
You want to send a message out to the fans as to why they should bet their money on you to get the victory.
I don't be telling people that kind of shit, I don't know. I do like the sports, but don't get me wrong. But it's fighting. And I would sit up here and be telling lies if I'd say, oh, bet all your money. You damn bet your ass I think I'm gonna win. Hell yeah. I can't, you know what I mean? I tell somebody, oh, you should bet your money on me, throw the house on me, or some bullshit like that, some spiel that everybody gives on fucking no. But if you've watched me fight, you know how I get down, and you know what usually happens. So shit. Hey, you put money where you want to, but you look at who I fought and look at what I've done, and look how I've done it. You make the assumption or a prediction or a hypothesis, if you will.
Well, I've made my assumption, prediction, and hypothesis. I got you in my parlay this weekend, so hoping for the best.
Oh, Jack.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Why? What did they got me? They got me. I haven't even looked.
I got the odds. I got the odds right here. Right now, most sports books, you're minus 205.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I know, right? You should be like minus 800. This is a gimme.
Yeah, I feel disrespected. So I'm probably gonna come out gunning for me, maybe.
Got a little 3-fight parlay going. You and our other boy Rafion Stotts, hoping for the best from you two this weekend. Keoni, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy week.
And Nathan Pfeiffer.
There you go. First try too.
It's like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Exactly.
Oh.
Not related, but you know.
You could be.
Never know. All right, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. Everyone, Keoni Diggs fighting Bobby this weekend.
You guys super young and fucking right on. That's fucking mean, cause you guys doing you guys thing. Right on.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, man.
Pick up you guys for sure.
All right. Well, it's Keoni Diggs, 9-1, fighting against Bobby King this weekend. We all know what's going to happen. There won't be any surprises. No bad judging this time because he's not leaving it to the judges. Thank you so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, my brothers. Have a good one.